Evening and thanks for joining us. With a few centimeters of snow falling earlier today, some local residents are ecstatic. Skiers and snowboarders can finally rejoice and pull their equipment out of the closet. As we draw closer to winter, Loch Lomond is ready to let their winter sports season begin. Mike Albanese has the story.
Taking a look around Thunder Bay within the last week, you wouldn't expect any grade A skiing or snowboarding to be available, at least not yet. Things aren't always as they seem, though. Loch Lomond has slopes all ready to be carved up because they have been making artificial snow with an arsenal of 19 snow guns.
We had a very good last week of snowmaking. We had temperatures of -14, -15 in the evening and -8 in the afternoon, so the snowmaking was tremendous. We were pumping out about 800 gallons a minute of water, turning that into snow. So we managed to get the Upper Sun Bowl, Lower Sun Bowl, and the Cliff open for this weekend, and everybody just loves it.
Now I'm sure everyone is excited to have the ability to get up on their skis and snowboards and go down the trails, but is the artificial snow as enjoyable as it's made out to be? Does it feel the same as natural snow, or is there just something off about it? We caught up with Joanne Lower and Allie Austin, who were at the hill skiing, and asked just that.
Absolutely. I was just thinking about that coming down. I can't really pick out any characteristics that make it different from real snow. You know, it's fast. It's not icy. To me, it's snow, so it's good.
So in Lower's opinion, the artificial snow makes the cut, and by the looks of things, people are clearly enjoying it. There was a weather update that said there could be up to 5 centimeters of snowfall throughout the day to boot. So even if there is some skeptics who don't believe in the man-made powder, they still have a chance to ride on nature's finest within the coming days.
I would be very excited to finally get some natural snow, so it'll be good. It helps a lot with the grooming and soften up the surface of this, and it's better for the skiers and snowboarders.
With already a great turnout on just the man-made snow, Loch Lomond can only expect the number of people to multiply as the snow starts falling this winter season. Bond said that overall people are indifferent about whether their snow is man-made or not, as long as they can go out and get their boots wet.
That's great. For a Sunday, when it's sort of cold this morning, it's never really super busy here on Sunday mornings, but yeah, we had the people lined up this morning, so it was sort of fun.
The weather is finally cold enough to ensure that the snow will stay when it comes. There's no question about that. The only question is, when will the snow come and how much? Winter sports enthusiasts are probably hoping soon and plenty. Mike Albanese, TBT News.
Well, with the frigid temperatures now upon us, local homeless shelters are developing a cold weather plan. The heads of the Salvation Army and the Thunder Bay Shelter House will come to council tomorrow night to ask the city to partner with them. The organizations say the rate of homelessness in Thunder Bay has increased dramatically, and they want to ensure everyone who needs access to a shelter this winter gets it. Shelter House Executive Director Patty Haidu says even with the addition of 20 overflow mats, they're still turning away about 10 people a night. Haidu feels that's dangerous with the colder temperatures setting in. The cold weather plan would include more collaboration between the two shelters, a mobile outreach team, and daytime admission for intoxicated people. Council will also receive a business plan for a new youth center. The Indian Friendship Center's $10 million vision would include a $2.5 million contribution from the city. $300,000 in annual operating funds are also being requested. Councillor Paul Pugh is supportive of the idea and of providing the money.
We would have to be paying that no matter where it was, probably more, because if we were going alone, it would be quite a bit more expensive. So this allows us to do what we want to do for less.
Council will not decide on providing the support for the proposed youth center until mid-January. Well, as the new courthouse nears completion, some concerns are being expressed about a perceived lack of parking for lawyers and members of the public. But according to the Parking Authority, there are enough spaces in the downtown South Core, at least for a few years. And if the demand does outgrow the supply, well, they're committed to dealing with that problem. Ryan Benazzo has more.
It's a $247 million state-of-the-art facility, complete with 15 courtrooms to service people from across northwestern Ontario. But where are they all going to park? That's what Law Association President Chris Hassio wants to know. While he's excited for the new facility to open, he simply doesn't think there are enough parking spaces to accommodate everyone.
That creates difficulty for both members of the public and members of our association trying to service members of the public and provide legal services to them.
The last thing he wants is for a client to have to circle the block a few times in search of a parking space, only to ultimately show up late for a court appearance. So just how many parking spots are available on the property?
So we have 65 on the site adjacent to the building and 168 across the street in the parking lot there. As for use and adequacy, I can't comment on that, but those were the numbers dictated to us, and that's what we've built and provided.
James Cody of the City Parking Authority feels there will be enough spaces, at least initially. He's been told the courthouse won't reach full capacity in terms of number of staff for several years. And if the parking demand does outgrow the supply, the city is committed to fixing that.
Once the courthouse opens up, if we determine there's an issue with parking supply, it really is our goal to make sure we deal with that and provide enough supply for the area.
What we're hoping the city is going to do is they acquire more property and make more parking spots available within close proximity to the courthouse.
And they've already begun doing just that, says Cody. The city has already purchased a nearby lot on the corner of Miles and North Streets.
It's about a 150-car parking lot, and the intent of that lot, or our intent, is to use that lot for courthouse customer parking.
That brings the total number of parking spaces up over 380, not including the Victoriaville Parkade. Will that be enough? Only time will tell. Ryan Benazzo, TBT News.
Chief of the Fort William First Nation, Georgianne Morisseau, says she doesn't think the James Street Swing Bridge will be open anytime before December. The news has some residents, businesses in the area, and their customers frustrated. For our question of the day, we wanted to know if you were upset with the delays in repair.
Well, yeah, at this time, it's very hard on people out there that live there. I have tenants renting out there, and so it's going to be very difficult for them.
I don't drive myself, but I think there should be some way for ambulances and fire trucks. That's the worst of it, really. You know, it's taken too long, and somebody's going to end up dying maybe or whatever because of that.
I'm sure there's some engineering issues that have to be addressed for everybody's safety. So it's been a unique structure, much as the Jackknife Bridge is also a unique structure. So it's bad, but it's understandable that they want to do it right.
Well, it's not bothering me any, but 3 days later, the CN was going over the bridge. So I can't see why they didn't move it to the other side. Only one side got damaged. Move it to the other side and put some lights up so they can get one-lane traffic through.
Minister Michael Gravel says he and his Liberal cabinet have to be very careful before they consider changing municipal rules to deal with the Rob Ford situation. Last weekend, Premier Kathleen Wynne called the Toronto Mayor's behavior truly disturbing. She said she's prepared to give Toronto City Councillors new tools to deal with Ford, but Gravel says he'd be reluctant to move too quickly to change the power structure for every municipality in the province.
The people of each municipality elect their municipal leadership, their mayor and their councillors, and that's something that one needs to respect. And they have certain authorities in terms of making decisions as a council, and we've seen that at Toronto City Council, as they have actually withdrawn some of the authority that Mayor Ford once had. So, you know, I think to be speaking in terms of the province taking those measures is something you want to be very careful of.
Mayor Ford, what are you going to do now?
Wynn's threat to intervene would require two key conditions. Toronto councillors would have to formally request such action, and PC leader Tim Hudak and NDP leader Andrea Horwath would have to endorse any legislative changes. Gravel says he doesn't see that happening.
There's been no, I think, call from any of the other municipal leaders anywhere in the province for the province to take a stronger role. And again, the Premier made it clear that, you know, certainly if Toronto City Council would very specifically ask for greater ability to make decisions, if indeed they viewed the council as being dysfunctional, that certainly she would consider it, but not without first going to speak with the leaders of the other parties in the legislature. That does not appear to be happening.
An event that went on hiatus has now finally returned to Thunder Bay. It promises to bring inspiration and encouragement to females. The Fast and Female Champ Camp was designed to empower girls from the age of 8 to 19 by showing them the benefits of physical fitness and confidence. Volunteers took participants through a 3-hour session with athletic activities, inspirational talks, and a special presentation by Aaron Cameron Carter, a Pan American road race champion. Everyone worked towards the main goal of getting girls hooked on a healthy, active lifestyle.
So far, everyone seems to be having fun. There's lots of screaming and giggling and laughing going on, and tons of smiles, and just everyone seems to be running around having fun, and it's great. It's a lot of fun so far.
Event organizers are hoping they can turn this into an annual event for female youth.